I drove my rusty pickup to the local game store door. Starfield gleamed upon the shelf, couldn't wait no more. Todd Howard spun his stories of galaxies afar, but when I fired up that game, I didn't get too far. Oh, Todd, you sold me stardust, but gave me empty skies. Promised me the universe with all your alibis. I fell for all your stories, like I always do. Starfield left me wishing for a game that's true. They boasted endless planets, each one unique and new. But after planet number 3, I'd seen a deja vu. The critics didn't love it, gave it mediocre scores. Just another space misfire echoed across the boards. Oh, Todd, you sold me stardust, but gave me empty skies. Promised me the universe with all your alibis. I fell for all your stories, like I always do. Starfield left me wishing for a game that's true. I searched for epic battles, but the AI wouldn't fight. Characters were wooden, and the dialogue was trite. Todd promised me the cosmos, but left me in the dust. Now I'm trading in this game, it's betrayed my trust. Oh, Todd, you weaved a fable of worlds beyond compare, but all I got were glitches and load screens everywhere. Still somehow I'm considering when the next game's not, 'cause hope's a stubborn thing, and I'll give it one more try. Oh, Todd, you sold me stardust, but gave me empty skies. Promised me the universe with all your alibis. I fell for all your stories, like I'll always do. Starfield left me wishing for a game that's true. Oh, Todd, you sold me stardust, but gave me empty skies. Promised me the universe with all your alibis. I fell for all your stories, like I always do. Starfield left me wishing for a game that's true.
Oh, Todd. Oh, Toddothy. Toddward. Oh, Todd. What are we gonna do with that guy? What are we gonna do? You know, he just is just a little stinker. I'll tell you what. Give him more of our money, I'm sure he'd be okay with that. I'm sure he'd be chill with that. He'd be like, hell yeah, I like that. Wait. BG Chronos Games, are you Todd? Is this Todd lurking in chat? I have it on good authority that there are people from the industry that you would know that have sat in chat. Sometimes they're in here with their actual accounts. Corey, for example, Corey Barlog from Sony Santa Monica comes in and hangs out in chat every once in a while. And I have heard that there are other people who have come in and sat in chat but don't chat or anything, and will use fake accounts, which I respect it. Honestly, I do the same thing when I have a personal YouTube account. So when I watch videos and stuff, I'm not using like this channel, excuse me, or the main channel. I'm using a private secret account, so nobody knows. So it's possible that Todd's in here like admiring his own statue, which is why it's going to be funny that we're going to talk about some of the stuff, because I, as you might have seen, I posted a video on the main channel talking about some of Todd's latest shenanigans, and it's there's actually some interesting conspiracy theories that you guys have brought up in the comment section that I want to bring up and discuss. So we'll chat about that. Quick news. You probably saw this, but this is like the greatest news ever. Brendan Fraser is coming back for another Mummy movie. We did it. Our patience has paid off. Our patience has paid off. He's actually coming back with Rachel Weisz. And they're going to come back for The Witcher 4. No more Tom Cruise reboot. That was like weird and cringe. They're actually coming back and they're going to do another one. And I'm here for it. They actually, interestingly, they got the filmmakers Matt Bettinelli and Tyler Gillett, who call themselves Radio Silence, and they're set to direct the film. And they're best known for 2019's Ready or Not, and they revived the Scream franchise as well, which makes me think maybe this is actually going to be more of like a mature Mummy story, less like... I think to a certain extent you need campy, right? I think you need a little campy, and that's okay. I think that's okay. The Witcher, the Mummy is very campy, unapologetically so. If you've ever ridden the Mummy ride at Universal Studios Florida, or the Hollywood one, I guess, they're both very, very campy, and it's awesome. I love it. But yeah, I'm very intrigued. I'm excited. I hope they don't screw it up, because the Tom Cruise Mummy, not great. Just being honest, wasn't great. And I love the Mummy as like an idea, as a franchise. Wasn't that great? So I'm here for this. This is right up my alley. Very glad to see it. Very, very glad to see it. There you go. Mummy 3. Well, yeah. One time it was, you know what it was? It was actually when me and my college buddies, we all went to the last E3 2019. And we went and we stayed at an Airbnb that was this old movie theater that had been like repurposed into an Airbnb. Somebody had bought it out. It was in Echo Park, which Echo Park nowadays is gentrified, so it's better than it used to be. But when we got dropped off, our Uber driver was like, really? This is where you're gonna stay here? Really? Are you sure? Like, he didn't want us to get out of the car. And when the local Uber driver is like, don't get out of the car here, that worries me. Like, literally, it was like the Airbnb had multiple steel gates. It was honestly kind of sketchy, but like, if this is the building, this is the door, and then there was an extension of the wall, and then there was another door here, and both, so this is all like chain link fencing, and then this is like concrete and everything, and then this was a steel door, and this was a steel door, and you had to go through both steel doors just to get in. Like, it was sketchy. It was a little sketchy. But when we stayed there, we watched the Mummy movies, and that was like our goal, because I think we were there for like 4 or 5 days, and our goal was get through the Mummy movies. And it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. We were so tired by the end of the day. I don't think we ever got through the second movie. We got like 3/4 of the way through every night, but then everybody passed out. But it was awesome. Wouldn't trade it for anything. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Honestly, though, these are the days too. People say that. They're like, oh, those were the days, as if it's all downhill from there. No, you can't think that way. Can't think that way. These are the days. These that we're in right now. Okay. Anyway. Sean, thank you for 34 months. Ooh, baby. Hi man, it's been quite a spell. Sorry, but I've been watching you, but just not live. Hope you and the wife and kids are doing well. Missed you all 34 months. Oh, baby. Yes, glad to have you here, my friend. I hope you've continued to do well and be well. I know you've had a lot of stuff going on, so I'm glad to hear that you're still rocking and rolling. Hopefully everything is still going well. That's my hope. It's my desire. It's good to see you again. Forged Horizons, also 33 months. Booyah at the show-off tier. Hello, Luke, Jonkler, Steven. Considering buying the new Digimon out of pure spite for Pokemon, I've wasted more for spite. Read 21 books read 21 books in a couple of weeks out of spite to be a bigger fan than a friend. Well, honestly, that's probably healthy. I was going to say that's unhealthy, but that's probably healthy. Like if your spite is so powerful that it motivates you to like read lots of books, like that's probably good. Like that's probably a good thing. Like imagine if your spite drives you to like go run a marathon or like go make $1 million. I don't know. That's the tricky thing though, is you got to figure out how to motivate and like steer your spite. You know, that's the tricky bit. That's the tricky bit that you got to figure it out. That's the one I'm not sure about. Okay. The Tom, thank you for 16 months. Thanks for Thursday evening entertainment, Luke. Keeping me sane when I'm saving crazily after buying my first house. Dude, first of all, congrats on the house. Secondly, I totally get it. I'm actually going through the process of refinancing my mortgage right now. So it's like flashbacks to that whole process. It's a whole thing. But it's a very fortunate thing to be able to do that. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, they make you jump through some hoops, man. Makes you jump through some hoops to do all that. But after you get the house, then you're like, oh God, what have I done? I'm like locked in for 15, 30 years, whatever your mortgage is. It can be intimidating, but you'll figure it out. I'm a firm believer that responsibility breeds character. And I think that when you take on responsibility, you rise to the occasion if you're capable of it. Some people, they take on responsibility and they just crash and burn because they're just kind of a screw up. That happens. Don't get me wrong. There are people like that. But there's also, I think, more people that take on responsibility, like buying a house, and then they are like, I got to figure it out. Let's just figure it out. If I got to pick up some shifts or if I got to go do this or that, I will figure it out. And I think that's the way to do it. I think so. Yeah. How often do I have to dust my shelves behind me? This is going to make me sound super bougie, and I'm just going to say it because there's no other way to say it. So we have cleaners that come in once to twice a month, and they mainly come in to do like deep cleaning in bathrooms and things like that, just because I like things clean and tidy. And one of the things that they do is they come in and they dust all of the collectibles and everything. So they actually come in and like pick up everything and dust it all. It's kind of crazy. I could lie to you and be like, oh yeah, I go and I spend 3 hours a week doing it. No, we're fortunate enough to be able to get some assistance with that. And those ladies are fantastic. Like they are fantastic. They're great. Yeah. Rich out of touch. Yeah. Well, at one point I remember reading a book and they were like, at some point in your life, you're going to start to find different things that you prefer to trade your money for in exchange for your time. So like one of the most frugal people I know is my in-laws parent. So like Nikki's grandfather, right? I guess is technically what it is. And he's a super cool guy. He's done very well for himself over the course of his life. Very careful saving and investing and all that. And he's very, very frugal. His glasses are held together with tape and like he's very frugal, despite having a lot of money. But at one point I asked him, because I was looking at doing some landscaping in the front of our house because it really, really needed it after they had to dig up like an entire trench to replace the sewer line before we bought the house. And I was talking to them. I was like, I could just go and do the landscaping myself and like buy all the stuff and then just spend every weekend for the summer doing it. And out of all things, the most frugal guy I know, he was like, it's not worth it. It will be the worst summer of your life. You'll be miserable, and it still will probably not look very good. He's like, go hire the people that do that every day and are really good at it. You'll spend some money, but you'll be able to enjoy your summer, and it'll look the way you want it to look. And I was like, okay, he's decided, like, he does a lot of things himself. He goes and cleans out apartment buildings that he owns himself. Like, he'll try to flip units himself. But the one thing he draws the line at is landscaping. He's like, I hate it. He's like, I will never do landscaping. I don't want to do it. I don't want to touch it. It makes me miserable and it looks like crap. Not doing it. Not doing it. I was like, I respect it. I respect it. Anyway. So for me, the cleaning and dusting, I used to work as a janitor. We jokingly called it a custodial engineer, is what my old boss used to jokingly call it. She's like, you're not a janitor, you're a custodial engineer. So that's a nice way of saying it. But I used to work as a janitor at a massive building event complex sort of place. And so I've scrubbed more toilets than probably most people in their life. And I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm good. You see some stuff as a janitor for a pretty big event venue. You see some stuff. And I'm not going to apologize for this. The women's restroom was consistently way dirtier than the men's. I said it. Nasty. The stereotype is that the dude's bathroom is going to be gross. No. The women's bathroom, bro, it's unreal. You think it's going to be cleaner because you see like there's a couch in there and it's like all, they got the scents and stuff. It's to mask it. Yeah. A lot of janitors have said the same thing. Yeah, dude, I worked there. I don't even know how long I worked there. A couple of years, I think. A few years, maybe 2 or 3 years. I don't know. I have to look back at the calendar. But I worked there for a while, and I like consistently the women's room was way worse than the men's, which is just, it's weird. It's weird, but that's just saying it like it is. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. That's why I never use the women's restroom unless it's an emergency. Yeah, after seeing it myself, I'm like, I'm so confused. Some of the stuff I saw, I was like, how? Even what? It's just crazy. But I do think, a lot of people say everybody should work in fast food at least once in their life to appreciate it and appreciate the people that do it. I would also tack on to that retail. I think everybody should work retail, even if it's just for like a holiday season or a summer or something, so you can appreciate the people that have to deal with retail, because that's a whole other can of worms. I mean, retail work is crazy. And I worked at Best Buy. I worked at Magnolia Home Theater. Like I did that too. And I would also tack on, I think everybody should have to do some level of janitorial work. Because if everybody has had to do that, I guarantee you, bathrooms overnight would be way cleaner, just in general. Because everybody would like understand, like, I need to help that person that's going to have to clean this, That's the thing. I really think that would help make the world a better place. Yeah. Worked retail at Disney World. That was crazy time during the holidays. Oh, dude, I can only imagine. Oh, I worked retail and cleaning. Gives you respect for people. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It definitely does. Yeah. Totally agree. Pass. Just always be nice with the worker you're talking to. Well, if you can do that, then we're good. Then you're good. I will say, like, some of the stuff, you'd see some of the way people treated you. Like when I worked in retail at like Best Buy, for example, some of the way people would treat you, it's like they thought you were a farm animal. It was crazy. Like some of the stuff they would do is just insane. You're like, what if like somebody you knew saw you treating us this, like, what are you doing? It was crazy. Kyle, thank you for the 5. Housekeeper for Airbnb and hotels. People need more fiber in their diet. Seriously. True. I think just in general, let's all see, even if you've not worked cleaning or as a janitor or something, you know exactly what that super chat means. You know exactly what he's talking about. Yep. True. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Real quick, catching up on these real quick. Wilfredo, thank you for the 2. Favorite movie and game set in ancient Egypt. Game, it has to be AC Origins. Being able to explore the pyramids is like a dream come true. And then movie, I'm going to go really simple and just say The Mummy. It's so campy and low-key cringe, but it's fun. It's fun. So I'm going to really lay up simple answers, but that's what I'm going to go with. Roberto, thank you for 6 months. Thank you for making my shift more bearable with cozy streams. Thank you. I'm glad to have you here. We'll talk about some game stuff in a second. So just you wait. I'll get to the good stuff. Kyle, thank you for the 2. Luke planted that question so he could flex on us. Dude, wouldn't that be so funny if I was planting questions just to answer them myself? That would be funny. Maybe I'll do that with Jacob. We'll do that. I'll have Jacob like plant a question or something. That could be funny. That could be really funny. I'll think about it. Imhotep. Yeah, well, the original Mummy movie is like, if you know anything about Egyptian history or like who Imhotep actually was, like it can be a little triggering. But if you turn that part of your brain off and you just sit back and you're like, it is a campy Hollywood Egyptian movie. Then you can have fun with it. You know, you can't think about it too much. You can't think about it. It's a junk food movie, you know? You shouldn't go into a junk food movie expecting filet mignon, you know? Filet mignon. You shouldn't do it. Yeah. And then Devin, thank you for the 5. I'm about to finish KCD 1 and just bought KCD 2, and I would not have played it if not for your review, and I'm unimaginably excited for the second. Dude, if you've enjoyed the first one, you are in for such a freaking treat. And they also have some pretty solid DLC, and you're going to be able to play the DLC with the second game, like integrated into the experience. I'd recommend you get it. If you just got the base game, I would also get like the whatever expansion pass, play through the second game with the DLC installed from the start. Because specifically the blacksmith or the smithy or whatever, that will have a quantifiable improvement on your time. I really recommend that you check that out if you haven't already. Just gonna look something up. What was it? Oh, I know. Was this it? Was on their Twitch stream. Yeah, the newest DLC for KCD 2 is about to come out November 11th, and it is like the first DLC was pretty tame. It was pretty lighthearted and like not a ton of content. It was basically just more KCD 2. The second DLC was the blacksmith one, which really changes a lot of gameplay systems and everything. And then this one is gonna be like very cinematic, very narrative, and just very, very different. I'm very excited to see where this goes. So yeah, we'll talk about that soon enough, I'm sure. But yeah, KCD 2, chef's kiss. Okay. Let's do this. I want to talk. I liked one video on Twitter of a robot, like android whatever, walking, and now it's like my entire feed. It's a little crazy. Okay, I'll read this, then we'll get into some gaming stuff. Cured Madness, thank you for the 5. Do you think Western RPGs don't let you be the bad guy anymore? It kind of feels like it nowadays, except BG3, of course. It does seem like there is a hesitance to let you be just totally evil. Even just like the simple example I would bring up is like in BGS RPGs, there is a console command where you can hit tilde and then you can do kill all. Just type that in, enter. And in games like Fallout 3 and New Vegas, literally, and I think Skyrim too, literally every NPC just drops dead. And you fail all of the quests, you fail everything. The game will let you do it, and the game will just be like, now you're all alone in the wasteland. Literally every character, every agent within the game is dead. They're all gone. And it's your fault. So you'll lose and fail all the quests. You can't complete the game story or anything. But in recent games like Starfield, for example, there's dozens, if not hundreds of characters that you cannot kill. You cannot do anything. They just get downed. And it's because if they were to die, it would break the quest line, and BGS didn't want you to do that. So they will let you go up to a character that, excuse me, is like a major character within a main story mission or a faction mission or something. You can shoot them in the face. They drop down to all fours. And then you wait like an in-game hour, they recover, and then you can talk to them again. And your reputation might have dropped with that faction or whatever, so you'll have to pay more at the vendor. But they'll still give you the quest and let you continue. You know, it's like, okay, so like as long as you don't want to role play as somebody evil, the game works. But that's why I think a lot of people feel like the range of roleplay has really shifted. Like if you think of it kind of as like a spectrum, a beautiful spectrum. And so we have like evil is over here, maybe like this is just D&D, neutral in the center, and then you have good on the far right. It feels like older games let you enjoy the full spectrum. You know, they let you be super evil and then super good, or somewhere in the middle, which is what most people play. But over the last few years, the average RPG coming from some of these studios, like on the AAA space, have been converging more to like this range, where they want you to only really be playing within this range, instead of the full spectrum. And they're like, yeah, well, if you were evil, that would be like mean. So like, let's not. Like you can kill people, but it's usually like, this guy's a murderer. Do you like Dragon Age Veilguard, for example? There's a scene with the local mayor or whatever who's kind of responsible for the whole village dying, sort of. And it does look like a foot. You're right. It does look like a shoe. Didn't even mean to do that. The shoe of gaming, ladies and gentlemen. But the mayor is sort of responsible for it. And the choice that they give you is to like take him out or let him die for his crimes. And that's supposed to be like the big moral choice in that moment. But it's like, he's still evil. Like he did something bad that probably deserves death. So you're just kind of like, again, the option is you let him just die from like the crows eating him, which probably puts you right about here. Like it's still probably the right thing to do because he did something horrible. But it's not as virtuous as like forgiving him and giving him a second chance, which puts you like right here. And so it's like, okay, so we're all in like roughly the same range, you know? And to be clear, this isn't true for every RPG. You guys brought up Baldur's Gate. It's a fantastic example of a game that lets you go and be super evil. Dark Urge playthrough, they let you do some stuff, dude. It's not for the faint of heart. Those playthroughs are legitimately difficult, not because the game is like mechanically harder, but because you will have to look at characters who are very sweet and kind, and you will have to destroy them. Like it is not for the faint of heart. Has anybody in chat done like a full crazy evil Dark Urge playthrough? I'm genuinely curious. Has anybody in chat actually done it? I mean, from the start to the end, going full murder hobo, evil crazy. Hebumera says can't do it. Yes, I'm planning on doing it, couldn't do it. I know a lot of people who started a Dark Urge playthrough and gave up like an hour or two in. They're like, I can't. Like there's that one moment, oh, what's the character's name? Somebody's caught doing something naughty, something nasty, or like trying to steal something. And most people will let the person go or will cover for them. But then if you're playing Dark Urge, you're like, yep, kill him. Like it's crazy, dude. My friend did. It's genuinely really interesting though. Yeah, you kill the child in the, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, the child in the Druid Grove. Yeah, it's genuinely really cool to see how many things they took account of and how evil the game will let you be. But it's tough. It's tough to do it. And you're right, Flamren. They did do, or Femren. They did do an update, a series of updates, including updating the game to add all sorts of new evil cutscenes, ending cutscenes, stuff like that. So if you've been thinking about doing an evil playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3, I recommend you go check it out. But as for Outer Worlds 2 specifically, I personally, just being real, have not experimented a ton with the roleplay options to like go full murder hobo, go full crazy evil. So maybe it does support more of that. I think it supports a lot more than Avowed did. Avowed was pretty weak on the role-playing elements, but that's kind of to be expected because it was also originally designed as a multiplayer game and the RPG stuff was sort of an afterthought. So yeah.